Mine stood frozen on her spot, eyes stuck to the ground, her hands balled against her thighs. She stood there quietly, listening to all the humiliation thrown her way, in the middle of 100 students whom she had to face daily. How was she supposed to come here again? She was in her school, her mother stood right across her. The results of the recent tests were out. She got a bad grade in one. One knew the kind of parents she had. One mark less and she would get abused at home. That's why she always tried her best to get the best marks ever possible. That day, she had periods. She couldn't focus on her exam. In extreme pain, she did as much as she could. She got 47 out of 50, and as a result, this is what was happening. Wine's mother hand slapped right across her cheek. It created such a loud sound. Wine's cheeks stung. Yet she stood there as her mother continued going about how worthless of a child Wine was and wished she was never born. Whispers. In the middle of her mother's loud screams, all she could hear were whispers of others, some enjoying, some judging, and some feeling bad. But no one did a thing. No teacher stepped in between to stop it. Ryan's mother was a person of influence. She held power. No one could do anything against her, anyways. Mother, do not come back home until you fix this. Humiliating me in front of everyone with these numbers. I should not have put in any effort for you, useless trash. Mine stood there quietly. It was not like she was weak, she was traumatized. Facing abuse since the day she was born, girl was terrified and traumatized. Her mother's words would steal her every ability to function. She threw the mark sheet on Vine's face, her hand raised again to slap her, but someone else got in between her and Vine and ended up getting the slap. That was when Vine finally moved. Her eyes widened up as she looked up to see the back of a man who was the only reason of warmth in her life. Van's mother was a little surprised as well, but it made her even angrier that someone dared step in between her and her daughter. Jungkook, dressed not in a uniform but a black jacket, a black hoodie inside, and cargo pants, was coming straight from home. He straightened up, poked his inner cheek where he got slapped, his eyes slightly red with anger. His aura held so much danger and darkness that it even affected the grown up Brenda, Vine's mother, who held so much power and influence in the city. Jungkook didn't say a word, instead took out his phone typing something. One looked at him worried that only his back faced her. Brenda was completely blocked from her vision now. Why? Just why would he take the slap? He could save her the other way if he wanted. Jungkook, hello. Is this police station? He asked, putting the phone against his ear. Now was the time everyone was truly shocked by his move. Jungkook, yes, I'm a student calling from the Seoul High School. I would like to report against an adult for abusing me all in front of other adults, such as school staff, who stood there like dolls watching everything. Jungkook, yes, I would like to have the whole school system to be checked. It should not be allowed. Also, could you please hurry up? Things are getting heated up here. He looked at Mine's mother with those pitch black eyes as he added, Jungkook, I'm young and really scared. I might get abused for this. This school is a scary place. He got off the call. It was a move no one in this entire city would pull up against Brenda. But he did. A mere student, he feared nothing. In fact, it was his anger boiling ready to burst like a volcano. When he saw the entire scene, he was losing control. Brenda, you're going to regret this. Do you think police can do anything against me? Jungkook smiled. A smile so dark his eyes filled with evil as he leaned down against her level. Jungkook, police might not, but I can. You ran out of luck when you decided to show your so-called low levels to the world. I would rather advise you to start looking for ways to save yourself instead of playing Cinderella mother. Minsu, the principal, came forward glaring at Jungkook. Clearly he was scared of Brenda and now the whole police matter. Minsu, Jungkook apologized to her in this instead. He slipped his hands in pockets casually. He was taller among them all. One was clearly getting restless now that everything turned so big. It was not about her anymore. Jungkook felt her holding onto the back of his shirt for protection. That was when he lost it. He was going to protect her at all costs. They broke her enough. Jungkook, how about you start apologizing from wine instead? Trust me, you'll be glad you did. Minsuk, what are you talking about? Jungkook smiled. That evil smile again, and Minsuk knew he was in trouble. Jungkook, I would rather have the police know that. Got my hands on very something very good recently. They could hear the police sirens outside. Jungkook looked at Wan's mother again. Jungkook, Wine is under my protection. No one, not even you, can hurt her ever again. You think you have influence over evil? Well, I'll show you what real evil is. You'll pay for every time you look her way with anger. The police stepped in, seeing the commotion, they headed this way. Luhan, we got a report. Oh, Jungkook, how come you're here? Jungkook, I'm the one who reported. Luhan, who was with another cop, widened his eyes. Luhan, does your father know about this? Jungkook, not yet, but I'm planning to tell him soon. Luhan, hey, the police Grace is here, kid. I'll take care of everything. Keep your father out here. We don't want any bigger problems. Jungkook, if you assure me you'll provide me justice. Rohan, of course we are also doing deeper inspection into the school system. If there are cases like abuse, they'll be taken care of and made public. Jungkook nodded. One look at Brenda from Luhan and it showed how none of them really cared if she had any influence. Clearly, the difference in power was big. In front of Jungkook and whoever his father was, Brenda held no power. They grabbed Brenda and dragged her out while she screamed in disbelief that she was really getting caught up. Luhan, and are you principal? Call the student council members. We are to investigate everyone. Minsuk did as he said. Now the tables turned. Jungkook, a simple student who now had the upper hand in every matter. The principal, the teachers, the whole school and its reputation. He could basically bring them to road if he wants. Above everything, he got Brenda away from Wyatt with a clear warning. As an insurance, he also uploaded a video of her getting arrested to the public so she never messed with her ever again, knowing he can go to extreme extents. One slap. He took one slap and got everything in his palm. It was the best evil plan he could come up on the spot. Once the adults were gone, Jungkook held Wine in his arms and stepped out of there. He took her straight to his home. His parents were never home, always out for business. He helped her on couch in front of burning heather, which provided her warmth. He was not ready to let her go. Kept her in his arms even now that their 3 hours have passed by. Wine, how did you know? She didn't come to school today. Jungkook, I should have come. I should have been there for you. It had been 2 years now. Wine and Jungkook were together. He was good at studies, so he used to take a lot of days off sleeping at home. But since he got with her, he never once took any day off. He stayed with her every second the day to protect her. Everyone knew she was under his protection. No words could describe how much he hated taking a day off today just to sleep a little more. He knew about her strict mother, but he never knew it was this bad. Jungkook, I was informed. I have my friends there, you know. Why, Jungkook, who is your father? Jungkook, chief commander. Johan knows his power. That's why I called him on purpose. Why, I'm sorry you had to take that from me. Vine placed her hand on his cheek, her eyes filled with pain and regret. Jungkook smiled, took her hand, and kissed her palm instead. Jungkook, there was nothing, love. I would take any lengths for you, and that's why. So, Ryan, I want you to shift with me. Love you, you know that. Ryan should have rejected. But that home, that place, her mother, everything traumatized her so much. Even as a formality, she couldn't reject that offer. Jungkook, my parents don't come home. Usually for a weekend after months or so. That's it. She nodded and snuggled in his chest, feeling like a huge burden off her chest. Childhood trauma, depression, and constant fear. He was the one who held her hand, and instead of pulling her out of the problem, he first sat with her in the darkness, told her everything was alright before he pulled her out of there. He protected her at every step of life. Next day, they went to school and were informed a lot of teachers were fired. Minsuk was put under warning by police. However, Jungkook put in request not to make things public. First thing, it was going to ruin the reputation of school, which was going to affect Wine and his career. Second thing, with just that, he had an upper hand against Minsuk. Jungkook had no plans of using this unfairly as long as it didn't come down to Wine. She was under his protection and not a single soul was allowed to hurt her before facing his evil.